Hi, this is Max from Team Green Goose, and this is the use case video for the Wawa GeoInsight data portal. So right now, I just opened up the solution in Microsoft Visual Studio, and what we need to do before we get the application running is we need to connect to the database. So the first thing we're going to do is before we run the app, we are going to run the promote to connect to our SQL database. If you don't see the promote in these options here, you can come to the Solution Explorer. It may look like this, so just close it up and find promote, and you're just going to select set as startup project. This will bring it up here in case you don't have it. And now, once you have that, you can start. And we're going to be prompted with entering our SQL Server name. So you can just enter in your server name. That one's mine. And you're just going to press enter. So it's going to connect and it's going to immediately install your DDL and it's going to install your stored procs very quickly. But the DML, this part may take a bit, so just don't worry. I'll see you when all the data is inserted. Okay, awesome. So we just saw that the DML just finished up properly. That's okay. It closed up on its own. So that means that, okay, great, it worked. So now we need to make sure that we choose app as the startup project now. So we're going to do that. And now it's time to fire up the app now that we have connected to the database. Okay, so it might just take a moment. All right, here we go. So welcome to the Wawa GeoInsight North Ontario portal. This is our home page right now. It just shows a little preview of what it looks like and has our mission statement. This button will bring you to the map, but before we do that, we're going to head to our About page. This page will tell you all about Team Green Goose. And now we have the project background page. So this goes into further detail so the user can learn more about the importance of the Wawa portal. It's a good read. Has all of our data sources and everything, but we won't go over that. Let's just head right to the map now. So this is our interactive web map. As you can see, it is based in Northern Ontario, and we start with one layer active on default. That is the historic treaties boundaries. So these are all KML layers, so we can click them and a pop-up will show up. So they have names here. So this is the James Bay Treaty. Over on the left here on the sidebar, we can toggle the layers on and off. And we have a legend at the bottom here that turn on and off based on what you have on as well. So you can see we also have census subdivision boundaries as well. And once again, you can click these. Okay, we know what these are now. That is awesome. So we also have other layers as well that we can look at. So we have infrastructure layers, such as metalworks, mines, and utility lines. These are good to really understand the context of existing infrastructure in the area. We also have population centers and indigenous communities. This way, we get to see more of where the indigenous populations live. So we can use these and the treaty boundaries. So let's say, for example, we want to look at just communities and mines and historic treaty boundaries. So now we get a clear look at, okay, so here are the communities, here are existing mines. We also have road networks. So our road network layer it was pretty big. There's a lot of information because it has every road. So we had to split them up into different layers here because the Google Maps API, it just couldn't handle having just one large layer. As you can see, if we toggle all roads, it it will do this. So yeah, it can't really handle a lot on the screen at once, but they're all there and they all work in the context of our spatial analysis. And as you can see, if we have all roads toggled in the legend, the roads only shows up once. We can get rid of all the roads. We can toggle all of them off and the roads don't show up. If we just toggle one, roads shows up in the legend. So that was a nice um, interaction with the legend that I enjoyed. So let's say that we have this. Now it's time to move on to our user created infrastructure. So the whole use case of this application is for developers to come in and test new infrastructure developments and seeing what exactly it affects, what is nearby. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that this is enabled. If this is disabled, then the infrastructure won't show up on the map. It's just good for um, quickly disabling so you can see what's underneath. So we're going to turn that on, and then up here we have our tools. Right now we are in the stop drawing tool. It's just the pan. But let's say that we wanted to create a marker. So we can come in and we can place a marker right around here. We'll say that maybe we want to put a mine right here or something. And when we place it, it will open up this modal here, and we can put in a name and a description, and it'll show the nearby features. We need to save it first and then open it back up to see the nearby results. So we'll just call this test mine. The description is this is a test. And we can click save feature, and it'll say feature successfully saved to the database. Awesome. And now if we click it again, it'll have the name and description that you can change, and now it'll also have the nearby features. So just by default, it's within 10 kilometers. So we have everything that is within 10 kilometers of this marker. So as we can see, the historic treaty boundary, this is the Robinson Superior Treaty. So if we click on this, you can see, okay, yeah, this is that treaty. And it also has the subdivision boundaries for the census. So it's within 10 kilometers of 3 different census boundaries, as we can see here. We have, yeah, the colors are a little bit close, but these two are actually different. And we are very close to 1 indigenous community and 2 indigenous population centers, and then some roads and utility infrastructures. So this is also saved in the database. So I just have SQL running right here, and we can see if we run, so these are the results from previous test. So if we run this whole thing, now it'll show, okay, test mine, this is a test. Awesome. And it has our latitude, longitude, and it has all this sort of like geography important information that we have. So we can update this. So let's say, oh, sorry, it's not actually a mine. It's actually a solar farm, something like that. And we'll say this is a solar farm. We can go and save the feature now, and feature updated successfully. Awesome. Let's go take a look. Now it's a solar farm. Sweet. Okay, so we can read and we can update, we can create, and now we can delete. Goodbye. And let's go back here. And the feature is out of the database. See you later. So that is an example for a marker. We can also do lines. Let's say that we wanted to add a high-speed rail between all these indigenous communities up here in the north. So we can just say, okay, boom, we're going here, and we're going to connect here to Big Trout Lake here. We're going to go just like that. Okay, awesome. High-speed rail. So it has the previous information here, just in case you wanted to like keep making the same thing with the same description or name. So we'll say high-speed rail. This is a worthy investment. So it has the automatically has the features of the old one before you save it. So you just need to save the feature first, and then when you open it back up later, then it'll have um, the accurate results. So we can see here, this is everything that it's close to, and we can head here, and it shows up. Okay, that is a polyline, so we can just close that up. And we also have polygons. So polygons are interesting because not only does it make sure that everything within 10 kilometers um, is within 10 kilometers, but it also just checks inside everything. So for example, the polyline here, it looks like if we zoomed in, oh, we might actually be further than 10 kilometers away. That might be why we don't see the indigenous communities. But if we do something like that, now we might be closer to whatever community this is. So yeah, now we are within range of this community. So yeah, for the markers and the polylines, we check based on distance to every vertex. While for the polygons, it will also check to see if everything's inside. So if all the vertices are like really far away, we just wrap around the entire northern Ontario. We can call this alien abduction range. If we save the feature here, save it to the database, we'll have every single thing that is in our data set here. So that is interesting. And now we have a polygon as well. So we can delete, and let's just create another polygon here. We're going to put it, let's say that we want to make, I don't know, something that would be along a river, and we just have something kind of like this. All right, um, river test. All right, so we're going to save the features. So now we have one polyline and one polygon. What we're going to do is we are going to download our infrastructure now. So if we click this download infrastructure button, it will give us a KML here, and it will tell you the date and time. And let's just open that up and let's check it out. So we're going to head to Google Earth Pro here, and here they are. There's our high-speed rail, and here is our river test, all ready to go, downloaded right out of our program, and now you can use it for your other stuff in Google Earth Pro. So I believe that is everything that you can do in the Wawa GeoInsight North Ontario portal. There's lots of fun things you can do. You can go nuts, really. I believe if you refresh the page, um, everything should show up again. Yes. Now they are like I don't think you can move them anymore once you refresh the page like this. But you can still select them, and you can still update and delete them. So I'll just show a quick example of that. If we can click the polyline instead of the boundary, there we go. High-speed rail. We'll save that, and we'll quickly head over here. And now, yes, that works. Okay, goodbye, treaty boundaries. Oh, that might make it harder. Nope, okay, delete feature. And just like that, that is the Wawa GeoInsight North Ontario portal. Thank you very much for listening, and we look forward to talking to you again in the future for the Wawa GeoInsight North Ontario portal. Thank you.